Alrighty, welcome back. We are here with 8 Bouts. We're here for a Warpless race between Ozmourn and Boden with Enamel on comms. Everyone, take it away.
Alright, hello everyone. I'm Ozmourn. You probably remembered me from my super liminal glitchless run that I did earlier today. But here I am with Boden, my rival for the night, and Enamel, our commentator. Would you guys mind introducing yourselves? Boden, you can go first.
Hey, it's me. I'm Boden, and I run this game, and I want to win.
And I'm Enamel, and I also run this game.
Yeah, Boden is actually the world record holder of this category that we're going to be seeing today. What's your PB? Is it 25, 42?
43.
43. Okay. Well, his PB is a whole minute ahead of mine, but
it's 59 seconds and 99 milliseconds.
Yeah, but what we're gonna see here is, like, if you're not familiar with 8 Bout, everything in the game is complete RNG, but it's reactive RNG. It's not like you can just, it's like you play and then you just hope the game works out. But reactive RNG, you know, enemy layouts are different, the level layouts are different. It's a fun time. Unfortunately we don't have a way to like have the same seed, but we are going to be, I think it's still going to be a good one, good race. Yeah, if Boden, you're on the start button for album 1. There's 4 albums total.
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. Enamel, you can count us down, and then you can also just start explaining, you know, the basis behind 8 Bout once we're getting started here.
All right, sounds good. You both ready?
Yep.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And like Ozmourn said, there's a lot of RNG. However, with skill, you can really overcome a lot of the RNG with just fast reaction time, knowing you can sort of get a feel for how the levels get laid out, and just really reacting to enemy movement, and knowing the enemy movement can help a lot with the RNG. Right off the bat, here in album 1, there is actually a cutscene skip that you can do. Every time you throw an enemy, it shows like a title card. Well, if you don't throw any enemies, then you don't get these title cards, and you can save a few seconds this way. It's really hard to do. You end up spending more time avoiding enemies. You know, you waste more time avoiding enemies than you save most of the time, but that is some tech that's available to the runners.
This is a horrible RNG for this already. My goodness.
I almost died as well.
Yeah, that was close. So the ape has 3 hit points, so you can only get hit twice. The third time, the ape dies, and you restart the level over. Sometimes a death can be quick if you die right at the beginning of a level. Sometimes a death can be really, really punishing, and you end up losing, you know, 30, 40 seconds at a time. On Boden's screen, we just saw one of my least favorite enemies in the game is the exploding guys, and it's sometimes you'll throw them into a wall and they'll just explode right on you, and it's instant death. Sometimes the other soldiers can shoot the explodey guy, and when you're next to them, and it's just a bad time. So avoiding those or figuring out how to handle those without blowing yourself up can be a challenge.
And you're also going to see in this level a bit more. I don't know if we're going to see it again, but we do, like right here. What I'm doing when I'm opening these doors is I'm pulling it. The doors work off audio triggers, and it'll open when you have 4 ticks. But the 4th tick will always be delayed unless you let go and re-grab the door. So whenever you see like a door that has to pull open, you're gonna see me like do a tick, 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 and then let go and grab the door, and so I can get the 4th tick. If you don't let go, then the 4th tick will always be delayed, and it costs like over a second each time that you do it. So you really want it like right here. 1, 2, 3, let go, and then grab it again. But yeah.
Another piece of speed tech that they're using is, we call it butt sliding, and basically the way that the wall pushes you away, you can, like in a hallway, and you can actually do this outside of hallways, but you'll see it mostly in a hallway. You can actually get a small boost by kind of running diagonally across the wall. The wall will push you away, but also forward slightly, and they are both through side A of the first disc.
Yeah.
Still real close right now.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, I'm doing it right here. You have to hold that at like a 45-degree angle. The game likes to push you away and at that angle, like Enamel said. So it's very nice, you know, just free speed.
Other mechanic is when you get hit, the ape runs a little bit faster. So you can do risky plays by purposefully getting hit to go a little bit faster, and you'll actually see that used a little bit later on in the game. But yes, you don't have very much health to play around with, so it can be really risky. This level that they're in is introduces a new mechanic, and basically you're in the dark, so the enemies cannot see you. They can still hear you. They have flashlights, and when you are in their flashlight, they shoot faster than they normally would. So as long as they don't see you in their cone, you're good. But if they do get you in the cone, they will react faster than they normally would. And it can be
annoying.
Yeah, this level can be, or it's a big reset point for me, I guess. I struggle a lot with the flashlights, because sometimes it can be hard to see exactly where the enemies are when you have flashlights that are like crisscrossing and a lot of enemies. And really, just in general, when you have a lot of enemies in an open room, you really want to have places where you have a lot of cover, so you can avoid enemy shots. And the worst situations to be in is to be in a large open space that has a lot of enemies in it. That is just death.
And we're gonna see a lot of large open spaces the more we progress in this game. So.
Yep. If you notice the green doors are level transitions, and the ape's health gets replenished back up to 3 when you go through the level transition. And you can tell how much damage the ape has taken by how much they're bleeding.
Again, like the easiest way to die in this game, I think Enamel mentioned this, but it's just pushing the bomb guys into the walls when you're still within range of their explosions. There are some other ones that like we can. There are some other methods and some other enemies that are really easy to die to as well, but the bomb guys are definitely probably the most harsh ones.
Yeah, especially when you encounter. Ooh, that was really close. Especially when you encounter them in a hallway, like Ozmourn just did, and you don't have a lot to work with there. So. And Boden is out of the first disc.
That was actually, honestly, a really good time.
Yeah, running into...
I died in the last hallway.
That is one of the worst deaths to take.
Alright, GG's
at
to
the
Boden.
very end of the last hallway.
Hey, you can come back.
Yeah,
all the hard stuff is still ahead of me.
Yeah, there's so disc 2, which Boden is on now, is a high-rise skyscraper, and made up of floors, and you're trying to make it down to the bottom floor. It's like an office complex sort of layout, and it can be really tough. The enemy that they get introduced here is the Melvins, I believe they're called, and they're the smaller guys, and as you run towards them, they'll run away from you. But if you run away from them, they will follow you and shoot you, and so they're really annoying to deal with, and they can snipe you pretty easy. There's a skip that I doubt that either runner will be going for on disc 2, and you can skip the cutscene.
You didn't do a cutscene skip, right?
I did.
Oh, you
I
did?
just died on the second level, so I'm gonna have to restart the game.
So if you if you do the cutscene skip and you die on the first side of the second disc, the game will soft lock, and so you'll have to reset the game. So this gives Ozmourn a really good opportunity to catch up here.
I'm not doing the skip though, so he still might be ahead.
That was.
Oh no! I accidentally did the skip. I actually did do the skip by accident. Because you can just like twiddle your thumbs and twiddle with the controller while you're there, and if you press the right trigger at the right time, then you perform the skip. Let's just hope that I don't die in the first half of this album.
Yeah, the skip is really easy to do, so I can definitely see how even just doing it by accident could happen. Yeah, very brave to go for that skip in a marathon setting.
It did not pay off.
It could have, though.
Maybe it'll pay off for you, Oz.
Oh, I'm paying in modern patch too, and the modern patch has this like audio glitch. I can't. There's no sound effects. There's no enemies.
Yeah, the audio gets really weird.
But I think Boden's playing on a earlier version of the game, and
Yes.
and so you can hear the sound effects on his end. The audio glitch doesn't exist in his patch.
Yeah, and also I already died, so the audio's back anyway.
No, that's true. All right, aim high. Also, this is the first level with like dead ends, and it's like kind of conducive to an office space. I think that was like the explanation behind it in like a dev's react video. But we really do not like dead ends here in the speedrun because they're slow.
The worst thing ever.
And since the levels are randomly generated, you can't really memorize where the dead ends are. You don't get any indication. There are a few, like the checkerboard pattern floor, but you really don't know until you're right up on the dead end that you're at a dead end.
Yeah, exactly.
So Boden crossed over into the skyscraper adjacent to the office complex, and it's like an unfinished skyscraper, and you start running into sniper enemies, and the sniper enemies they take a while to fire, but they're extremely accurate when they do.
I forgot to go down on floor 17.
Yeah, so you gotta go across the skywalk.
The classic.
Dang, even with the crash, you're still like ever so slightly ahead of me. I must just be slow.
No, I died like very, very early in the level. I died on like the second floor of the second level.
Okay, the game didn't crash. There's 2 instances in this album where the game can just suddenly crash. And then, luckily, that was one of them. Why is the music still going? The music is still going.
You got shot in the, like after going through the green door. And then the music usually like starts going again.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm on side B now, and since I performed the glitch, or the skip, it won't affect me from here on out. Like, there's no way that I can soft lock the game, even if I die. Did you explain the snipers and ammo?
Yeah.
Alright, nice. Just want to make sure. Now. Right here and circle back, I actually want to purposefully go slightly slower, because if you go through this area too fast, then you have to go through the stairs twice, and it still happens to me. My god.
It happens to me so much, even though I try to go slower. It's so dumb.
Gotta go slow to go fast.
You ever just get punished for going fast in a speedrun?
We're too fast, bro. We're too fast. I actually didn't notice that that existed until Boden pointed it out, and now I notice it every time.
It's so annoying once you realize it's there.
So Boden's on floor 1 now, and the very end of this is just one of the worst level layouts. This is actually not procedurally generated. It's the lobby, and it's just a big wide open space with a ton of enemies. So the enemy placements are randomly generated, but I just die in this floor all the time, constantly.
How did I not get hit a single time by any of them?
Wow, that
Did you go
was
straight through, or
really
did you stick to the
impressive.
walls?
I went straight through, and like 3 shotgun guys shot at me, and none of them hit me.
Maybe I should just go straight there for the fun of it. I'm not gonna do that. It saves like what, a second or 2 at most, and of course I get a dead end.
Oh, dude, the layouts on 2.8 on Down and Out on the 2 floors that are like normal are so weird. I don't understand how they work at all.
So Boden starting the 3rd disc here, and this is a military facility, and the kind of two things with this disc are just fire, lots of fire everywhere, and if you catch fire, it will give you a point of damage. However, enemies will run away from you, so you can use it to your advantage if you're into risky gameplay, which does appear that Boden is into today, so you can... I am definitely not skilled enough to use it to my advantage, but I could see how...
I died in the lobby.
Oh no. But I could see how lighting yourself on fire could get you out of risky situations. Yeah, the lobby is death.
I almost never trust myself to put myself on fire. Except in album 4, which you can do that like 1,000 times. And it doesn't
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and more on that when we get there. It's it actually is can be not advantageous in that part of the game to have enemies run away from you. But we'll talk about that more later. Yeah,
oh my god, I just went straight through, and the exact same that happened to Boden happened to me. There were 3 shotgun guys that shot at me, and none of them hit.
Nice.
I don't know how they're sometimes just so bad at aiming.
So the military facility also has just a ton of enemies. Thankfully, in parts of the levels, it's very enclosed spaces, so they're easy to deal with. You can deal with them in clumps. But as we see where Boden is getting into, it's more open spaces, flame oil barrels, and yeah, sticking to the top or bottom there gives you more opportunity to take cover.
Okay, I'm just now starting album 3. Boden, could you die like twice so I can catch up, please?
I'll try. Sure.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
I'm coming up on Fury, so
You're already on side B? My god.
I'm not coming up on Fury.
Okay.
I'm not even on side B yet.
Okay.
But when I get to Fury, I will probably die like 7 times, like I did in one of my practice runs.
I mean, I'd say the entirety of B-side is kind of a wild card.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Dude, running against my splits for my PB in album 3 is just impossible. Like, no matter what I do, I always lose like 15 seconds to my PB on album 3.
Sometimes the RNG is just that goated.
Yeah, I got so lucky on that 25x run.
That's an extremely fast time.
Did you explain Red Alert when he was there? You can explain it on my end if you haven't.
I think he talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, with the yeah, basically with the more open areas and the flame barrels.
Oh, nice. Oh, I just like this
the
highly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Clock District, do you have anything to say? Yeah, about the marathon, about this run, and anything in general?
Yeah, well, this is Gerri. We're here to raise money for a good friend of the show named Gerri, who unfortunately lost her boyfriend Joe at the end of 2021. If you would like to get some nice little donations, and you can type !donate into the chat, and it will take you to the Awengus page. And I'll be happy to read them off for you.
Nice.
I just died.
Yeah,
I did too, so don't worry. I died twice! This is what happens when I don't go to the sides of Red Alert.
I died at the very end of Fire in the Hole.
Yeah, so the area that Boden's getting into is
like
the outdoor area.
Is it like 2 deaths for me? No, 3 deaths for me, 2 deaths for Boden so far.
Yeah, I think so.
I might have a 4th death because I just suck at Red Alert right now.
That just happens sometimes, man.
That's just how it be. But as
Not
we all
even
yeah,
your fault.
it's not even your fault. But as we all know, if you lose time in Ape Out, it's not your fault. It's never your fault.
That is true. It can't be because it's RNG.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
it's your
RNG's fault.
It's just never your fault.
I mean, you would play perfectly, but I mean, it's just the RNG, you know.
If you knew what the enemies were gonna do, yeah, you would play perfectly. It's just,
Yeah. Like, what are you gonna do?
This outdoor area that Boden is in introduces flamethrower enemies, and they're pretty easy to deal with. You can generally just run past them because they can't turn fast enough to put fire on you. But the real killer in these outdoor areas is just clumps of shotgunners that can be a really big pain in the butt to deal with.
Out of all the enemies to put in groups in Album 3, they just had to make the shotgun guys.
That's really, really bad.
Oh, also in the dark sequence that I'm in right now, for whatever reason, the new machine gun guys that we get introduced to in this level, they're the only enemies in this game that don't react faster in the dark. For whatever reason. Don't know why. But yeah. Let's see. Alright, I'm in side B now. In
Hey, me too.
Fire in the Hole.
Yeah, so Boden has another thing to deal with, and this level has bombs that drop and they tick down and explode, and they generally drop right in front of you, but they're usually pretty easy to avoid. However, if an enemy shoots one when you're next to it, it'll set it off, or if you fling an enemy into one, it will set it off, so you have to be pretty careful with them. And that is Boden at the end of Disc 3.
Dang, I'm just now getting outside. Could you die like 3 times in Album 4, please? Thank you.
I'll just not do the 99 HP glitch.
Yeah, that'll even things out. That'll even things out.
Be quite the equalizer.
I would definitely lose if I did that. I have 0 experience playing those levels without having infinite health.
I feel like the only time that I played Album 4 without that glitch is when I played it first casually, and then every time after that was just with the glitch.
Yeah, same here. I did go through it once casually.
But we're gonna explain that more once we get there. It's just, you can do it at home. It's such an easy thing to do, and it makes the experience so much easier.
It's like they wanted to put it in.
So yeah, Disc 4, you're on a container ship, and it's really just, you know, basically like Madagascar.
Yeah. You get shot in the tranquilizer, and shot in the butt with the tranquilizer dart on the ship.
I stole that one from Ozmourn.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I like it. I love it. It's a good analogy, you know?
One of my favorite mechanics on the container ship are the containers themselves, which provide you cover, but then also when you just come barreling through the doors, you can squish the soldiers, and it's pretty satisfying.
I would just like to make a note on the record right now that I went through the entirety of Fury without killing a single enemy.
That's impressive.
That's awesome.
So this dark light mechanic that Boden is dealing with is a little bit different than the ones we've seen before. Instead of the enemies having flashlights, they just randomly shoot in the dark, and they can shoot you, they can shoot other soldiers, they can shoot nothing. It's a pretty interesting mechanic. And then we come to No Quarter, which is every ape-out speedrunner's favorite level.
I hate this level so much.
I had a 25 pace level die to that.
Dude,
that was my most recent TD. The 3-4.
That is so bad. You have no idea how many runs I've had die to No Quarter.
God.
But I'm just getting the best No Quarter layout of my life right now.
You're getting a really good No Quarter.
Okay, never mind. That was not good.
And that's Ozmourn out of Disc 3.
It's so rare to not get hit all the way through No Quarter.
So, yeah, the 99 hit point glitch is what we're coming up to here, and basically how it works is when you first see, you'll come up to a door, you'll see the Rocketeers. Your health gets set to 99 hit points, but then if you reset the level right at the instant that you see them, you will keep those 99 hit points. Your health will not get reset back to 3 hit points. So at this point of the level, we've now changed to wanting to take damage in order to go faster instead of avoiding damage. However, all explosions do 10 points of damage, so you see we now have rocket launcher enemies, and those will drain your health. So you're not completely invincible. Those can drain your health pretty quickly, so once you take a few of those hits, usually you want to try to avoid it. But really everything else, you're trying to take damage in order to go faster. And like we alluded to before, these levels are really, really tough without this 99 hit point glitch. And so this glitch really trivializes this side B of this disc.
I want to mention on my screen right now, I'm doing 4-2. The lights will go out periodically, but the enemies in this specific dark sequence don't have flashlights. So there's a good thing, which is they cannot see you, but the bad thing is that they will just start shooting in random directions in the hopes that they will shoot you. And so they could shoot you, they could shoot another enemy next to you, or the worst thing they could do is that if you're next to a bomb guy, they could shoot the bomb guy and then you die in one hit. But yeah, I've had that unfortunately happen to me in a marathon run before, which sucks. Oh, come on.
Yeah, especially because they can...
like so rare. That's crazy.
And the enemies can just shoot from anywhere off screen, or probably not anywhere off screen, but they'll just shoot off screen, and so there's not really, like, you won't even know that you're getting shot at. And here comes a bullet flying in from off screen.
Yeah, and like it sucks because it seems like the enemy aim itself is also RNG. Like all of the enemy behavior is RNG, and so like it feels like sometimes when an enemy is like right next to you, like within like just a few inches from your face, they can shoot at you and then miss, and you're not even moving. And then another enemy that's completely off screen, you are walking in the exact opposite direction of them, and they will shoot you down like a sniper. It's ridiculous. All right, now it's time for me to do the easiest part of this game while Boden finishes and wins this race.
Yeah, so Boden is in the very last level. This is the zoo, and 2 more new mechanics in the zoo. One is you can crash the cages and let the animals out, and the animals will eat the enemies, and so that can be a fun way to finish this last level in a casual playthrough. There's also tranquilizer enemies, and the tranquilizer enemies will basically make you have, you know, a hallucination experience, and you move slowly and get wild music, and so that can be fun, but it's slow.
That was very scary at the end.
One thing that we can... Oh, also, wait. I'm gonna let Boden call time.
Yeah, that's time for Boden.
Yeah.
And now we gotta wait like 4 more minutes for me to finish the game. What was his final time?
27 something.
27 something, and there is no way that I'm getting a sub 30 today. There's no way. You do not finish the latter half of this album in 2 minutes or less.
27 something is extremely fast, especially with having that soft lock in disc 2 and 2 or 3 deaths.
Yes, it was, I think.
It's super, super impressive.
That death on Fire in the Hole was like right at the end too. That lost me so much time. But honestly, having to restart with that really early death is about the same as getting a later death. So it's basically just 2 normal deaths.
Unfortunately, there's no real way of like estimating what could have been if we had the same seed, you know? Because maybe one day we will find a way to have set seeds and ape out. But until then, you know, it's just random seed after random seed, hoping that you get a good one. Obviously, categories would have to split, but you know, it would still be interesting to see what we could do with a set seed.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to figure out how to do set seeds for ape out for us, that'd be cool.
I have a time here for Boden, by the way. It is a 27:29.
That is a fantastic time.
Yeah, that is really, really good. To put it in perspective, I've run this game a lot and have yet to hit sub 30.
You have a sub 30.
You have a sub 30, you just didn't record it.
Right, yeah. I mean, yes, I have done it, but I have not proved that I've done it. And no vid, no did.
You have a split screenshot. That's something. That's something, right?
That's true.
That's basically proof. You can basically submit that to speedrun.com.
Yeah, Double Scroll will totally accept that, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm about to die here. I'm about to die.
Yeah, no, you'll make it.
What? I mean, I'm not up against you anymore, so it doesn't matter. But it feels like the loading screen to like respawn an album in like 4.7 takes significantly longer than other levels.
Yeah, I think so too. But also in general, just your loading screens are probably a lot longer than mine.
Yeah, also one thing to mention is that like when it comes to the randomization of the layouts, like you can't like die and then memorize what you did up to that point, because every time that you die, the seed changes.
Right, yep.
Yeah,
you get a new level.
But the level layouts are also usually a little bit easier once you've died at least one time. Or at least it feels like that. I don't know if there's like any actual code in the game to make that happen.
It feels like it, yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I don't know, maybe there's...
Next section. Time is coming up on me. When Ape Out reveals on the screen. So 3, 2, 1, time.
GG.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. What was my final time?
Your final time was 31:12.
31:12. Oh, a whole 4 minutes. Dang.
Which a 31 in a marathon setting is also a very fast time. So definitely don't discount that.
I mean, yeah, it was still pretty good. Still pretty good.
I was really expecting to get like a 31 as well.
But a 27 in marathon is really, really good. GG's to you, Boden. 100%.
Yeah.
Good.
I've been pretty consistently getting sub 30s in practice.
Yeah. I need to do more practice. I need to get a 25. I need to bop you.
You gotta patch down, bro.
Sure, I need to patch down. I need to patch down again, because that was just not the greatest. But you know what? It's alright. It's alright.
Before we go, do any of you have anyone that you want to shout out or shout out yourselves?
Yeah. Shout out the man himself, you know, Devil Squirrel.
Yeah. He's done so much tech for this game. Made the auto splitter and just
figured out basically everything.
Yeah, it's just without him, we'd have a lot less resources here in the community.
Yeah, definitely a big shout out to Double Squirrel. He also runs the heads up the community stuff as well.
And also shout out to Double Squirrel for being 0.09 seconds faster than me at this game. If you look on speedrun.com, my PB is a 26:42.99. His is a 26:42.90. 3 frames. He is 3 frames faster than me. My God. I'm gonna complain about that until I bop him.
You just gotta get better, man. It's just a skill issue.
And what's funny is that his run was deathless, and I had a death in my run. So
yeah, your run is like better.
Yeah, my God. But anyway, yeah. Shout out to Double Squirrel. If you want to join us, if you're interested in this game, if you like games like Hotline Miami, which this gets compared to a lot, you will definitely love this game. But just come join us. Look us up on speedrun.com. Come join the Discord. We're a small community, very small. It's an underrated game. And if you want to see more of Boden, you can also check out the video that he did for like an old PB, the IGN Devs React video. That's a thing that exists at the very least if you want a bit more of that. So
yeah, but the run is bad, so don't watch it.
It's a good video. It's still a good video though.
It is.
Yeah. And Amel, you want to say something?
No, that about covers it. Thank you too for having me on.
Of course. But yeah, thank you so much. I've been Ozmourn. You'll see me in chat because I'm like moderating. But yeah, and we've been Apout Warpless. See you guys.
All right, thank you very much to the 3 of you for that amazing race. That was very fun to watch. Up next, we have got Jacob's Numbers and CCNeverender with Super Smash Bros. Melee. We'll catch you in just a little bit.